I caught my mother-in-law breastfeeding my daughter and she looked at me and said, "I'm just giving her the bond you're too busy to provide." I came home early from my shift at the hospital because we were overstaffed. My mother-in-law Diane had been watching my 8-month-old daughter Ruby while I worked 3/12s a week as a nurse. I walked in quiet because I didn't want to wake the baby if she was napping. The living room was empty. I heard cooing sounds from the nursery. When I pushed open the door, Diane was in the rocking chair with my daughter latched onto her breast. Not like skin-to-skin bonding, actually breastfeeding, or trying to, since the woman is 63 years old and hasn't produced milk in decades. I stood there frozen for a solid 5 seconds. Diane looked up at me with this peaceful smile like she was some sort of Madonna painting and said, "I'm just giving her the bond you're too busy to provide." "What the fuck are you doing?" I finally managed to get out. She had the audacity to look offended. "Language. I'm feeding my granddaughter." "You're not lactating. You can't feed her. Get her off of you right now." Diane clutched Ruby closer. "I read that non-nutritive nursing is beneficial for babies. It soothes them. You wouldn't know because you're always at work." I walked over and took Ruby out of her arms. My daughter started crying because she was confused and probably still hungry since she'd been sucking on a dry breast for who knows how long. "How long have you been doing this?" "This is only the second time," Diane said, adjusting her shirt. She was fussy and wouldn't take the pacifier. "The second time?" My voice went up about 3 octaves. "You've done this before?" "Oh, relax. In my day, women in the village would nurse each other's babies all the time. It's natural. We don't live in a goddamn village, Diane. We live in Ohio. And you're not a wet nurse. You're just putting your nipple in my baby's mouth for no reason." She stood up and grabbed her purse. "I don't appreciate being spoken to this way. I was trying to help because clearly you can't handle being a working mother. Get out of my house." "Fine, but don't come crying to me when you need a babysitter again." She walked past me with her nose in the air. Now I understand why Trevor's first wife left him. I actually laughed out loud at that one. His first wife left him because she was cheating with her CrossFit instructor. But nice try. She slammed the door on her way out. I fed Ruby an actual bottle and called my husband. He was in a meeting but called back 20 minutes later. When I told him what happened, there was just silence on the other end. "Trevor, did you hear what I said? Your mom was breastfeeding our daughter." "I heard you. I don't even know what to say. That's insane." She said it was the second time. More silence. Then he said, "I'm leaving work now. We need to deal with this." When he got home, he called his mom and put her on speaker. She answered all cheerful like nothing happened. "Hi, honey, I was just telling your father about the rude way your wife spoke to me today." "Mom, you can't breastfeed Ruby. That's completely inappropriate." "Oh, not you too. I was simply comforting her. Your wife is being dramatic as usual." Trevor's jaw clenched. "You're not watching Ruby anymore. We'll figure out other childcare." "You're going to believe her over your own mother? After everything I've done for you?" "Yeah, I am. Because my wife didn't try to breastfeed a baby that isn't hers." He hung up before she could respond.